Look it. Oh, damn it. Oh, wait, I winged it.
You did wing it.
Ready when you are. That would have been cool. So if Arlen misses, he owes me dinner. Oh, you're not. Oh, dinner. Look at all that shit. Oh, there's another guy. 3 seconds to reload. 1, 2, 3.
Alright guys, so a little bit different for today, for this Sunday. I'm not working on cars or anything like that. It's my day off here at Precision. So I'm actually out here at Route 66 shooting sports park, shooting some clay targets as you guys saw. This facility is great. I've been coming here basically ever since I've been to SoCal. It's been my new gun spot, but it's a little kind of sneak peek preview teaser. Hopefully I'll be doing more content like this and incorporate it in the channel. So I'll be seeing you guys next time. Welcome back again to the videos, guys. Sorry I haven't really been keeping to the schedule recently. We were actually really busy here at Precision, so didn't really have time to pick up the camera and edit, but we are back now. It's a new week. A couple cars that we have in. We have this 340i for a valve bypass. Henry's back too after being assaulted by a 9-iron. The homie E92 Livid's car in here. This is Richie's car. It's currently going to be getting injectors, so check that out. I'm doing a valve bypass on here, but one of the main focuses I wanted to talk about today was actually my tools. I've owned many different tools over the years, but working here at Precision, I've actually went and decided to invest a lot of money into my tools. As you can see, Snap-on box, Blue Point sockets, Snap-on sockets. I have more Snap-on Pry Bar, screwdrivers, all this stuff.
Hey, you're missing a socket.
I know, it's back there on the car. That's like a $20 socket I gotta replace if I lose that. But basically, I really wanted to upgrade my tools and really improve my quality of work. Mike here has a crap ton of tools everywhere.
Just a little bit.
Maybe like at least.
Yeah, but I have years and years on you.
So Mike has years and years on me, and it's a lot of money that's invested. But what do you want to tell the viewers versus people who buy, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with the Pittsburgh stuff, but the difference between like Pittsburgh and like a tool truck tool.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, right, you can buy any type of tools. You can buy Harbor Freight stuff. You can buy Sears. Well, Sears is out of business now, so you can
Unfortunately, they had some good stuff.
It was. So like you can buy any tools, it doesn't matter, you know, they're all lifetime warranty. The only difference for us and the field that we're in is that when these tools fail, and they do fail,
yeah,
not all the time,
fail.
but I've noticed that Snap-on doesn't fail as often, but if they do fail, we can just call it out like, hey, I need to warranty this out. We don't have to make that drive to go warranty it out and sit in a line. You know Harbor Freight lines.
Oh yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah, so imagine standing in line for Harbor Freight on your day off just to warranty out a socket. Screw that. Just call the guy, or he comes by once a week, swap it out, no problem, gives you a brand new one. You know, like even if you buy a second hand, you can just warranty it out for free. So, and at the same time too, for us, because obviously we're working cars all day, we want to be able to depend on the tools where they don't fail on us in the middle of the job.
No sockets like rounding out so we don't strip a ball and stuff like that.
The driver isn't.
Yeah. So let me tell you guys how crazy it is. So Henry actually has screwdrivers from Harbor Freight.
The Icon screwdrivers.
The Icon screwdrivers, okay? So one day I was working on my R8, changing out my cabin filter, and I use my Snap-on screwdrivers as pry bars all the time. And I've been doing it for years. And I have never had to warranty out a single screwdriver in my life, ever, okay? This never fails. I mean, this is broken, but.
Or they can say differently.
But.
Yeah, I could say differently.
Those screwdrivers fucking.
But it never snapped in half on me.
Yeah. So Henry's, on the other hand, I used it, and it snapped in half, and I smashed my hand against my dashboard. Yeah. That's why we buy Snap-on.
So I got a couple of different tools lined up here, guys. As you can see, we got the Snap-on screwdriver, got an Icon screwdriver. This is a Blue Point cutter, and this is a Pittsburgh cutter.
Hey, hold on. When there's nothing else to record.
Fuck you, Henry. But anyways, taking a look at these different tools, sort of explaining like a lot of the differences. We'll start first with the screwdrivers. Right here we have the Icon screwdriver. It's not a bad screwdriver by any means, you know. It'll do all the basic things you need a screwdriver to do. The machining is real precise. The tips are nice. They're magnetic. Handle's all rubberized and feels pretty lightweight. Now, when compared to the Snap-on screwdriver, for me personally, it feels a little bit more comfortable in my hands. It has a nice nut driver right here that you can add more torque to the screws. You could stick like, I think it's an 8mm wrench. It's also magnetic at the tip, but I also find that these generally fit.
Justify spending money?
Yes, it is. The tip right here, as you can see, is really nice.
I mean, icons are pretty fucking good.
The icon stuff isn't bad. I'm not saying the icon stuff is bad, but
yeah, I know, but for people that
are just starting,
off,
yeah.
icon.
Basically, I'm not trying to justify buying a shit ton of Snap-on tools for your first time
Why are
around.
you contradicting yourself, bro? You just said you were.
You know you're not the only observant motherfucker on the planet.
I'm saying why I got Snap-on tools, Henry. I've been working on cars longer than you.
Hey, but who's faster, bro? I'm not sure.
On BMWs, you wanna step that up to some JDM cars?
Hey, you know what? You can.
Hey, hey, who helped fix your broken spacer when that fucking stud snapped on you?
That was Mike, dude.
Me and Mike, bitch. Me and Mike, motherfucker. Hey, who did your alignment in the air?
I did, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Lying ass motherfucker. So going back into it with the screwdriver, like I said, it's a lot more precisely machined. It has a better feel in the hands. It feels a lot more solid. Obviously, you're not supposed to be using a tool for what it's for, but in some situations, it's really nice that you know you could depend on a tool to do something that's not designed to do. I've actually used this as a punch a couple of times, and as you guys can see, there's not much rounding going on right there. It's doing pretty nice. So, that's enough about the screwdrivers. Let's talk about the cutters. Right here, we have a set of Pittsburgh cutters. These are from Harbor Freight. The blades touch, you know, there's not a lot of tolerance issues with it. It's still a pretty nice cutter set. Right here, we have Snap-on's Blue Point line cutter. And generally for me, these feel a lot smoother on the joints versus this one where it kind of has a little bit like of that gritty feel. Plus also, these blades I also find are generally stronger on these cutters.
Weak.
Hey, I still got the stronger cutter right here, Mike, the real Snap-on cutter.
That's a real big boy, okay?
So, on the topic of cutters, this is the best cutter. Fucking Henry, bro. So, these are absolutely the best cutters I've ever bought. This is a Snap-on cutter. It's a real heavy-duty one. I've cut everything from wires.
Today we're going to talk about 10 reasons why you should not buy an N54. First reason is because
N54.
Second reason is
N54.
Third reason is
Fuel injectors.
just kidding, guys. So N54 is extremely.
So going back to the topic of the tools, like I said, the Snap-on cutters are extremely reliable. I've cut plenty of things with these cutters, wires, screws, metal sheet, and they're still as sharp as ever. Mike actually has a set that's much older than this, and that's what inspired me to get one. They're great. Get these cutters. So let's talk about a few other things. As you can see here, I have a whole Snap-on socket organizer set. You can get them from Harbor Freight as well. I'm not sure in this style. I like this one because if I take it mobily, I can just take the whole tray with me and it's easy to go. As you can see here, these are Blue Point sockets. I have the Blue Point tall sockets here. This one's a 13mm. It's also a 12 point, really nice when you need a 12 point. I have 6-point shallows. I also have 1/4 inch right here and 1/4 inch tall. I need to go get a 1/2 inch socket set, which I'll actually be getting tomorrow. So those will be pretty cool. So I have a complete set. Over on top here, I have the Snap-on Impact 6-point sockets. I really wanted these because you don't always want to use a 12 point. They can strip out 6-point sockets in high torque applications, so much better to use the 6-point. Also, it goes all the way down to 8mm, which is nice. I have some quick access T-sockets that are actually icon sockets. These ones are pretty nice. They've been real good to me. I use them for very common things when it deals with Torx bits, which BMWs have a lot of in Euro cars. Sometimes Japanese cars now I've noticed. Got a nice little spark plug socket set. Got a E-Torx set for the reverse Torx bits. Got a big 32, 34 mil here. Spanner wrenches, Ziploc bags, my cup when I drink water and stuff. I have my 3/8 cordless Snap-on gun. This thing is a beast. It has so much torque, a lot of power in such a small package. It's one of the best electric tools I've used. I've used a lot of Milwaukee tools, is usually my go-to. That's a nice alternative to getting this gun. Speaking of that gun, I actually still have it, so I decided to break it out. This is a Milwaukee Cordless Impact, uses the M18 batteries. This is honestly great. This was my go-to for a while before I converted to using the Snap-on gun. The nice thing that you can do is that this will take all types of bits. Right now I have a 3/8 adapter on there. I also have the quarter adapter, so you can have it be a double-edged weapon in that sense. You could also stick different screws on there, flathead bits, Torx bits that are the hex drive that these usually carry. And well, pretty much from there, this is a nice budget option. So for starting out, definitely get something like this. It's a pretty nice gun, but I've converted this, as you can tell, much more compact, a lot skinnier. The batteries are a lot smaller and they charge pretty fast actually, huh?
Yeah, they do actually.
Yeah, we have a crap ton over there on the shelf on our charging station. So going on, talking more about the Snap-on box, this is where I keep a lot of my pry bars, different screwdrivers, all that stuff. I have the Snap-on pry bar set. They have the striking ends on them. These are real nice. These are great, but a good alternative is like the Husky pry bars and stuff that Aslan has. They're pretty nice too. They're not bad.
No,
Well,
they're not bad.
You have that one red pry bar that I like, the Craftsman one. That thing's a beast.
Yeah, that thing's a fucking animal.
We have this is actually a Harbor Freight dead blow mallet thing. It does pretty well. A hammer's a hammer, you know. If you need a hammer, you have a hammer. Snap-on picks here as well. These ones are pretty nice. We use it for picking out a lot of clips and stuff like that on BMW hoses. We call these golf clubs. I don't know what the tool for this name really is.
Carbon scrapers, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, Henry likes using it for scraping out carbon for walnut blasting. I actually got this tool for a completely different reason. I rarely use them on cars. I actually use them for cleaning out carbon on my bulk carrier groups on my ARs and stuff like that. So it's a nice tool to have. So right here in the second drawer, we have my plier jar. I want to do a better way to organize this so it's not as cluttered, but these stock trays that Blue Point offers are nice. So, as you can see, I have my long set with needle nose, curved needle nose, got those big cutters again, got channel locks here, cutters, got the flat pliers, curved, non-curved, curved, another flat nose pliers set. These cutters are pretty cool when you need to cut something vertically like that and just snip. Same goes for this. I have my wire strippers here and wire crimpers from Snap-on. This is real nice. Tolerances are real good. Gets the crimp real tight. This is a exhaust hanger tool from Blue Point, very useful in doing exhaust systems. And I also have a big ol' hose cutter here from Blue Point. A nice alternative to this set, like I said, you could get the Pittsburghs. Icon also sells a set and a couple other things. I think Craftsman sets I really liked. Milwaukee also has a really nice set. Now over here, I have my wrench set. I'm actually running all Icon wrenches. These wrenches are actually really, really nice for the money. They have some knurling on the inside to prevent slippage. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on it. As you can see right there, has that jimping. This is the ratcheting wrench, so it has the reversible ratchet. Really easy when you can't fit an actual ratchet and socket in there, so this does real well. Got the stubby set here for harder reach spots, and then I have my fixed wrenches, and then I also have the extra large wrenches for O2 sensors and things like that. Monkey wrenches are really useful for other applications where you really don't need something too precise, but you need something to hold that bolt when you're blasting it off with a 1/2 inch or something.
What the fuck is that? You double stacking.
That's why I wasn't going in. Let's go.
Dude, I'm fucking shaking from caffeine, bro. Here you go.
Is it all that cold brew from earlier?
Hell yeah.
Shit. So let's continue to the fourth drawer. So in my fourth drawer here is actually where I usually put my power tools. So I'll usually have them just set up like this. Yo.
Let me guess the title of this video is, what's in my box?
Now it's how much, why I went in debt because of my box.
No, you could be like one of those videos, like, what's in my backpack?
Bruh.
What's in my box?
So continuing on, for the fourth drawer, I have the master set from Blue Point. This carries all of the H sockets that you guys would need, all the T30s, E-Torx, it has everything. It's a really good set and I really recommend getting one of those. When I travel, I have 2 smaller sets here that are actually separate hex and Torx, except they don't have these long hex bits, but I don't find myself using those a lot. This was a really cool tool from Blue Point that I found. As you can see, they're super stubby, 1/4 inch. different bits that they have H, they have Torx, they have flatheads, all that stuff. So that stuff works out pretty well. I really like this set a lot. Right here, as you guys can see, I'm still using the tried and true Milwaukee 1/2 inch. Honestly, I haven't found anything that has beaten this yet. This gun has been through hell. It still breaks lugs off like it was yesterday. And it's honestly just really good bang for the buck. I like the Snap-on. I've seen the Snap-on one, but I didn't like it too much. It was really bulky, it was heavy, but this one right here hasn't failed me. I've taken out axle bolts, lug nuts, even some really high torque stuff. It still surprises me that this thing works as well as it does. Right here we have electric 1/4 inch ratchet. I also have an electric 3/8 ratchet. This just makes working on cars a lot easier, makes it more efficient. You can take drivers and bolts off really fast with these. All right guys, so pretty much that concludes the little tour of my toolbox. Going on, this is the Snap-on service cart. If you guys were wondering which kind of toolbox / cart this is, it's really nice. This is the slide top model. It's really nice and bed linered up here. You can place different nuts and bolts and your tools kind of when you're working on a car. Pull this next to your car. It's got some nice little hidden compartment drawers here if I could pull that out for you. I keep little miscellaneous things in here. I have just like my garage opener keys, Zippo lighter fluid for my lighter. I have some little bit of hardware here that I need to actually organize, but yeah, let's not talk about all the Snap-on receipts there. Other side, I just have organized baggies of long-term projects that stay here overnight at the shop so I don't lose them and they're all labeled and organized. We also use this little Blue Point service cart. I bring around mobily for me. I have a bunch of different magnet trays to organize hardware and things like that. This service cart to basically organize a lot of things around and basically so we don't lose stuff and stay organized. That's why we have so many magnet trays and use the Ziploc bags for that. This is my 3/8 ratchet. Didn't get to show that off, but it's time to put it back. Over here in the corner was actually my very first toolbox I ever owned. This is a Harbor Freight US General box. I kind of just use it as the community box down where I place cases and things like that from tools that I buy, but a lot of the tools in here is stuff around the shop that a lot of the boys other than me just use. Obviously you got the Icon torque wrench, which is an absolutely fantastic torque wrench. You got a Sawzall here, all the different kinds of blades. We have a bunch of different wrenches in here that are just kind of spares. You know, you may never know when you might need an extra wrench that you may need to modify, which brings me to the next topic I actually would like to bring up. So, moving on, you guys saw those Icon ratchets, or Icon wrenches. They're really nice. Snap-on wrenches are obviously very nice. So, what do you do when you want to modify a tool to your specific needs for, like, you know, making it flatter or making it a lot skinnier to fit in certain spots that really need that extra space? Use the really cheap Pittsburgh ratchets. These things are like 20 bucks for the whole set. As you guys can see here, I sort of have it grounded down to where it's skinnier on one side to help fit into certain spots like brake caliper bolts and stuff like that to hold it, sway bar end links, and they come in handy. It's real great. You don't lose a lot of money on grinding down your expensive Snap-on ratchet or Icon ratchet or whatever you have. Just grind this down and you can literally make your own tools. Your toolbox should suit the needs for the job that you're doing or cars that you most encounter. Obviously my toolbox is very Eurocentric at the moment. I got a lot of Torx, got a lot of hex bits, things like that. But I also have it in mind that, you know, if I do work on Japanese cars or American cars, I have the tools appropriate for that job. So every different type of situation is gonna call for different tools. So grow your collection, grow it slowly. No rush to buy the biggest and best things from the get-go, because I sure as hell didn't start with it. I went from this toolbox to the other setup that you guys see earlier. And before, when I was running this toolbox, it was actually mostly Harbor Freight and Milwaukee tools. And there's nothing wrong with that. You guys can see all my old sockets and everything here that I still keep in here. And I was able to work just fine. You know, depending on the shop you work at, your master tech may be kind enough to let you use his tools, just as long as you put it back, of course, and, you know, be responsible with his tools. But eventually you'll start growing a collection to much better tools, much higher quality, will improve your work efficiency, and it'll just get you, you'll be a lot happier in the end, is what I'm saying. But as you guys can see here, that Harbor Freight box is actually, if you're gonna ask me what's a great starter box, these are great. Henry has one, Aslan has one, I used to have one, and I still kind of use it sometimes. Mike has the same slide top over in the corner over there that I run, and he has his big master set box over there, which carries a crap ton of specialty tools that he's accumulated over the years. So Mike, what do you have to say about buying quality tools versus like Pittsburgh and stuff like that and kind of just going from there?
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes down to your profession, right? If you're trying to do this as a career, you obviously want high-end quality products to last and never break. If you're doing it from home, it doesn't really make sense for you to buy Snap-on because it's not like you can call a guy to come out and warranty your tools for you. It might be smarter for you to go buy tools from like Harbor Freight, which is nearby you, local, so you can just drive there and exchange it out. But at the same time, you also want quality products that will last you a while. So like common tools like wrenches, sockets, and stuff like that, you can buy from there. Ratchets I recommend, and wrenches actually, I recommend to buy Snap-on. Because
their Icon stuff actually isn't bad.
Icon's great too.
It out there.
Yeah, but the only thing is that with Icon, because it's new, you don't know that. My wrenches I've had for 8 years.
Yeah, your wrenches are still looking good.
I've never changed them out.
So for somebody starting, obviously want to become a technician / mechanic, is it okay for them to start on Pittsburgh is what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then work your way up like I did to getting the Snap-on
Work
stuff.
your way up there, you know. Don't go and just feel like everybody else in the shop has, you know, Snap-on, Mac and Macco, Blue Point, Cornwell, you know, and you might feel like, oh, well, these guys have high-end stuff, you know, like I want to buy that stuff too. And a lot of times they'll tell you, oh, why you have Harbor Freight stuff or make fun of you. But you know what? You're starting off, you know, like if you're getting paid $12 an hour and you're spending, you know, $10,000 in tools, does that make any sense? You know, let's just say your minimum payment to the tool truck guy is going to be $250 a week and you're making $500 a week, half your paycheck, won't make any sense.
Yep. So
work your way up. Don't go and drop all that money into there, you know, expecting to instantly get returns on it. I started off with Craftsman tools from way back. So
back when Craftsman was cheap,
Yep.
and their quality was actually really good.
Well, so let me give you an idea. So I started working on my Integra way back, and this was, I don't remember what year it was.
2008?
Probably like 08 or 07. And I know exactly what I had, which is I had a 128-piece Craftsman tool setup pretty much, right? Flip out with sockets, and that's what I was using. And I pulled apart my Integra motor with that, minus a couple small stuff here and there. You know, obviously I needed 12-point sockets, which that kit didn't come with. So I had to buy a couple stuff. But yeah, I used that. You know, I did everything by hand. I used a Craftsman's ratchet, and you know, I used wrenches from Craftsman. Start off somewhere. Don't just jump into it and spend thousands of dollars. Oh, snap on this, snap on that. I mean, even when you guys started, remember? I was like, just go buy a Harbor Freight cart.
Well, that's what I started with. That's what I first brought here.
Yeah.
And then my second week here, I think I was like, I need that. Well, I started buying tools off the truck, and my cart was getting overloaded. Like, I can't stay organized. So I got that.
Yeah,
and then the tools just keep adding on more and more and more.
Start off small and then eventually build your way up, you know. And then don't go and spend, you know, $3,000 on a tool cart and have an empty tool cart. I've seen that. Okay.
That was for me.
Yeah, but you built your way up.
Yeah, I did.
I know people who buys like a big ass toolbox like what I have.
Oh yeah, like the Epic series.
Yeah. Here, let me grab that from you. Okay, I know people who started off buying a big ass toolbox because everybody else has a nice ass toolbox, and they're like, oh yeah, I got a nice ass toolbox. Then you open up their jars and they have like 2 tools in each one. I have so much tools in this tool cart that I don't have room. I have to put stuff on the side. Like literally no room. And I had to go and put stuff on the side because I have no more room. You know, like stuff all over the place because no room. You know, I should probably get a bigger toolbox, but you know what? I ain't trying to spend more money.
So what if I buy this toolbox from you?
No. I will not buy more. I spent too much money on tools already. You know what I could have bought with all the money I spent on tools right now?
R8?
No, more. Man, more. How much do you think you spent?
Judging from everything there, I'm easily probably at least, I'm close. If not at 10, I'm right underneath it.
Okay. So about 10K right there. Okay. How much do you think I have in that?
Oh, that shit's easily like 15, 20K in there. The amount of tools you have in there.
Not including what's here.
I know that.
And the cart and the box.
I know that Radkill kit you just got is like what, 600, 800 bucks?
Yeah. I don't want to count, okay? I don't want to count. I just buy and I use. So I go into the truck and like, you know, obviously these guys, you know, take care of me because I spend a lot of money with them. But at the same time, it's kind of like I go in there and I buy stuff that I know that's going to be obviously returning in money. So if I can make me any money, why buy?
Think about buying a tool and how much money it's going to make you back at the same time. You know? Like a socket set, the $300 socket set, you use it every damn day.
Yeah.
Like you'll make that money back in a day.
Exactly. I mean, how often do you ever see me go in the truck to warranty anything?
That's true. Rarely.
So moral of the story is spend wisely. Don't dump a bunch of money into Snap-on tools just because you hear everybody say that, you know, it's the best tool out there. Start off small, build your way up, and unless it's making you money and saving you time, don't buy it.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll go on the truck and they'll be like, oh yeah, check out this new wrench I just got. You know, it's an angled one, 15 degrees. Remember how we were going there? It's like, yeah, this is one 15 degrees. I'm like, how much is it? Oh, it's only $1,100. Get the hell out of here. What the hell? I'll fucking break that shit with my fingers first. So yeah, guys, hope you guys found this informative and it helps you guys, you know, spend your money wisely. So just obviously ask Arlen if you have any questions, and you know, I'm here to help it as well. So take care.
Cool. All right, guys. So that's pretty much gonna be today for. That's pretty much a fucking hella stuttered hella bad. I'm editing that shit out. All right, guys. So that's pretty much gonna do it today for the video. You guys, I did the little tool tour. Got a bit of advice from Mike, advice for myself with tools that I've owned. At the end of the day, the tools are important, you know, but it's also about building your own skill sets and taking your time and learning things as you go. You know, I know I'm wearing a Snap-on hat and it looks like I'm vouching for Snap-on, but they got great stuff. And I'm sure it's the same for Mac, Matco, all the other tool truck brands. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the video, share, keep an eye out. I'll check you guys next time.